Will Mr. Rattle's dreams come true? Who is the mysterious Don? Where does Roll of Rattle and Roll fit into this? Why did Mr. Rattle stow away to America? What is a jam? Where did Mr. Rattle get counterfeit money? Why doesn't Mr. Rattle have whiskers? All these and other questions will be answered in the first and following issues of Rattle and Roll.
Twisted Fairy Tales. The YouTube show you love to watch, bring you an anthology truly top-notch. Over 14 stories and over 80 pages. Rest assured this is not for all ages, so sit back in your chair, drink up your ale, and grab your copy of Twisted Fairy Tales. Showcasing creators, both old and new, the bargain bin knew just what to do. Cool art, cool stories, all from cool scripts. To top it off, we added some sexy chicks.
Bargain bin, let's see what crowd is in. Baba Dave and his hair, he's old man, but please don't stare. Alright, he's on the bargain bin. Now this just in, it's just in. Only guy who just snuck in. He takes a joke, he just don't care. He's a regular gummy bear. New boy, here on the bargain bin. Bonus section, it's area black. For the furries, he's got your back. Along with Neve, that rhymes with Steve. Can she weave? She'll knit you a sleeve. Whoa, they're on the bargain bin. It's on Monday night. If you're lucky, it's on time. It's a pile of shite, but to miss it is a crime. Just out the gate, it's Rob GP. He's not a dog, but he'll make you pee. Up for a laugh, he'll laugh at Oat. If he falls flat, he'll get his coat. Whoa, we are the bargain bin. You hear the bargain bin, huh? This is the bargain bin.
And I'm not on the stream. Hello, everyone. It's Aria Black, first host on the Bing Bong Show, your favorite comic book podcast / weekly YouTube stream. So, hello, everyone. Nice to see you. David Feed says, let's go. Indeed. We've got a good stream planned for you today. There's been some big news in indie comics. This being the main headline. Check out that lovely, beautiful, succinct URL. We'll come on to that a bit later. Rob's going to grill me for saying that sentence. And without further ado, let's bring on some of the hosts. So, he's going to be on the edge all night. It's Rob G. Price. Hey, dude.
Yay!
Do you read me?
Yeah, a little bit, but there's... Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
The sound quality. Since I moved, the sound quality is shit. And we're getting fiberglass. Shit, what's it called again?
You've got the fiberglass, Rob. It's in your walls.
Yeah. Fiber optics. We're getting fiber optics later in the year, but it's going to take a while.
Yeah. Speaking of, guys, double up your messages in the chat so that Rob will receive at least one of them, surely. Anyway, it's the captain of the Amelia Clark fan club. It's Justin.
Sorry, it's taken me a while to get over that. I needed a beer. This is my second. It's all Dave's fault. Oh, okay. What did I say? Yeah, it's all Dave's fault.
Earth to Rob, can you still read me?
Yeah, apparently I was in 2 browsers at once, and that was possibly why. All right. Well, no, I mean, like, I've been playing around, seeing if I can get a better signal, So hang on a second. Kaboom.
Hey,
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
I was
It's still
half
a
expecting
bit
to be-
wobbly, but let's see how it goes. All right.
That's what she said.
I heard Rob before he did the whole
Yeah.
thing. Anyway, here to debate Justin about the benefits of Amelia Clark to society. It's Bristolian Dave.
All right, me Babbers and Amelia Clark. How we doing? She messaged me. She was so sorry about that, Justin. Her fans weren't coming back here again. It's
fuck off. I'm never commenting on one of your damn tweets again, Dave.
It's what happens, mate. When you're that popular, all right, people look at your tweets.
No, it's just sad bastards name searching like, let's get him, boys or girls, or
there's no W in teats
in between.
Justin, give us a comment on the state of the Amelia Clark fandom.
And where is Amelia?
Their stands.
Stands. Fucking stands. Stands is the worst thing because they've taken it. This new generation have taken it to mean something good, like you're a mega fan. No, stan means you're that fucking obsessed that you're gonna go fucking drive off a bridge with your pregnant wife in the fucking back of the car, all tied up. Okay, listen to the Eminem song "Stan." All right, that is where the word comes from.
I get the impression that Rob hasn't heard the song, given the mixture of facial expressions he just pulled.
No, it's the Eminem song. Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay, I stand corrected.
Why would you choose Stan?
Because they adopted the word Stan and Stanning.
Yeah.
Like,
a Stan is a fanatical fan, which I encountered in droves the other night because I commented on Dave's bloody tweet, which I will not be doing again. In a hurry.
They're the worst kind of people. Like they're just like, no matter what their fucking celebrity that they're obsessed with does, like they cannot do any wrong in there.
I'll tell this story that happened to me the other year because I made the mistake of commenting on a news story about Little Mix, the cheesy pop group we've got over here in the UK. They were encouraging fans to take semi-nude photographs of themselves with the hashtag strip for Little Mix and put them on Twitter. And these are young girls. And I was going, you probably shouldn't be doing this because once...
Put it away, Rob.
I'm trying to tell a story and Rob just has to interrupt it with his arm.
Yeah, but you're talking about semi-nude photographs. I'm like,
that's not quite what I had in mind. But I was like, you really shouldn't be doing this because you're young girls, and once this stuff's on the internet, you don't get it back. And I had like 100 of fucking Little Mix Stan accounts calling me every name under the sun, and when I'd block them, they'd use their backup accounts to have another pop at me. And it was like, you sad bunch of motherfuckers. So I broke my own rule by commenting on Dave's tweet, and Dave, it's all your fault.
I had a similar experience with Pick and Mix.
Did you take one without paying for it, Rob?
Yeah, too sweet for you, was it?
You know what? I really miss a good old-fashioned pick and mix from Woolworths. Woolworths was the place you went to get pick and
Woolworths.
Mix. All right,
we miss you.
If you're not English, you won't or British, you won't know what Woolworths is. Basically, it was a big mega store. They had even bigger versions called Big W. I had one near me when I was a kid. It was amazing.
Did you have a Big W?
When I was a kid, yeah.
Oh no!
I will leave that.
I'm leaving that one alone. No, I ain't doing this.
That could go one of two ways, guys. So careful.
Yeah, let's just not do this.
Favorite clitoris all sorts. What?
Clitoris all sorts. What's the flavors? Fish.
Tangy lemon.
Let's say hello to the chat. Hello, Mr.
Yeah,
David.
hi.
We appreciate your presence endlessly. It's good to see Tree Goblin. How you doing, dude? Cheers to you. And it's good to see Tank Ferret. Hello, dude. Haven't seen you for a while. Nice.
I like that dude. He's a good dude, Tank Ferret.
Yes, indeed. You are a magnificent bastard yourself, Mr. Tank Ferret. And I say that with all the love in my little Welsh heart. Yeah. So,
and it is pretty little. It's like a chicken's heart.
Yeah. If I walk upstairs too fast, I get a bit faint. Anyway,
Oh God.
Okay, on to the news.
Disney have fucked up at the box office yet again for an 8th time in a row.
Paramount
Promise Date meets up in the United States, and it looks pretty cool. Oh,
Timing.
It's supposed to be me. Paramount Plus has joined other streaming services in removing content from their platforms in exchange for a tax write-off.
I ain't got nothing. So I was just feeling a bit left out. Carry on, Dave.
Okay, back to Dave.
All right, let me share the screen. Yeah, so as I said, Disney, company we know and love, used to anyway. Yeah, they're struggling. They're
shit.
Struggling like fuck right now. So this is from Breitbart, but it's also available in other sources. Breitbart don't pay us for this, so you can get your news anywhere. Box office analysts estimate Disney lost $890 million on their last 8 theatrical releases. That is shocking when you consider that the last 8 releases, quite a few of those were Marvel and some what should have been potentially big movies with Toy Story IPs like Lightyear.
Yeah.
They did take a chance on some original stuff, but unfortunately that original stuff was more promoted through the use of we're trying to send this message rather than the actual movie itself. I believe it's called Strange Worlds, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not doing well. They're not doing well. We're not going to watch someone else's video here because we don't know whose that is. Which includes also The Little Mermaid and Elemental. So those two are currently still in the cinema, so that could decrease a little bit. Little Mermaid, I believe, is just past $500 million. So like you've got the people that are like celebrating, like, oh my god, it's a hit, like it's done so well. Well, they don't realize that $500 million, the cinemas have to take a chunk for themselves, and then you've got the marketing budget. So I believe, in order to break even, the movie needs to do about $700 million. So it's they're a fair way off, and it's been in the cinema for a long time, so it ain't gonna do that. And the guy who played Aladdin got hounded off Twitter for saying that The Little Mermaid wasn't going to hit $1 billion. Looks like he was right. But that don't matter because he's not on Twitter anymore.
No.
Also includes Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Thor Love and Thunder, Ant-Man and Wasp and Quantumania, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So 4 Marvel movies in that as well. So that is absolutely shocking.
That is shocking when one Marvel movie would have been the whole headline a few years ago. Like,
yeah, it would have been.
Marvel movies brings in X billion dollars for the studio.
I mean, from a writing perspective, a lot of these stories just come across as the same thing but with a different coat of paint now. And I firmly believe that people have not only recognised this but have become bored of it. I myself have only watched one Marvel movie since Endgame, and that was No Way Home. And that was only because my son badgered me into watching that with him, and it turned out to be a damn good movie. But I've not seen anything else since.
Well, this also says that obviously you've got Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny coming up, which by the reviews that are already coming out, that is going to bomb hard as well.
Good.
It doesn't include Avatar, which is technically a Disney movie now, because it was financed by 20th Century Fox, James Cameron's Lightstorm Entertainment. So Valiant Renegade estimated that Disney could lose a whopping $1 billion in potential revenue due to the fact that the above titles will go to Disney Plus as well. So, yeah, it's not good. Obviously, they got Bob Iger back in charge now. He's attempting to slash $5.5 billion in spending. Also laying off 7,000 workers worldwide, which I mean, that's not a small amount, not even for a company like Disney. But the thing is, right? This is a company that, for them, the Marvel movies up to Endgame were like guarantees, basically. Guaranteed money makers. All right. Since Endgame, they've had no direction, and everything is slipped down because they're focusing on the newer stuff rather than the older stuff from the comics,
which nobody likes.
Exactly. Those don't sell well. So therefore, when you put them on the screen, they're not selling well. It's not like there's two different audiences. A good story is a good story. You look at things like Top Gun Maverick and Avatar, for example. Those things did massively well. All right.
Yeah.
Because they were just good stories and a good fun time at the cinema. But Disney isn't doing that anymore. They need to get back to basics. In my opinion, they need to focus on animation properly. And if they want to save the MCU, they need to pull it back in and get back down to earth and restart over just with older heroes again. Proven stories from the past. There's so much they can use.
Yeah.
So much they can use.
One of the ironies of this that I couldn't help but notice a little while back. There's the masterclass website where various celebrities in their professions teach you how to teach their craft. Like James Patterson teaches writing, and Steph Curry teaches basketball. Samuel Jackson teaches acting, and Natalie Portman teaches acting, which in itself is quite funny because she needs to take her own class. And one of those courses is Bob Iger teaches how to run a successful business. I think you might need to revise that course.
Yeah, that's not going to go well for them.
No.
I did have, but it's closed. Where was it? The box office numbers. I had these open, but I closed them just now for some reason.
Yeah, I've just been looking because I mean, like Breitbart, it's not exactly unbiased press.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, but everything they've said is correct because it is corroborated from other news sources.
Oh, fair enough then. But
that's why I said like the Breitbart is not something I generally use, but it was just easy.
I have seen that headline in other websites as well. But...
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I've just been doing some like double checking, Yeah. And the Little Mermaid seems to be the blame for a lot of well, according to a lot of these headlines. Yeah.
Let's quickly say hello to Goose. Big up the bin, indeed. Good to see you.
Hey, Goose. Launch a goddamn comic.
What
are your thoughts on the Little Mermaid, Goose?
Should have been a goose.
The Little Mermaid Goose.
Yeah.
The Little Mer Goose.
That's terrible. Yeah. So this is the weekly chart. This is from June 16th. So this is a couple of weeks ago. And even the Flash, like that's not Disney, that's Warner Brothers, but the Flash is bombing hard as well.
Yeah,
really badly. It's doing so bad. I think this week, have we got this week's? Because it actually got beaten by
to a pulp.
It actually got beaten by Elemental. Yeah, Elemental. This is America, mind. Did 18 mil. Compared to Flash doing 15 mil that week. And Flash has only been out 2 weeks and it's already down to 15 mil. It's not even crossed 100 mil in America yet. So you can understand why, with like, for example, when they got rid of Batwoman, the Batgirl film, they wrote that off for a tax write-off. You're kind of understanding now because this is going to make them horrible loss.
That's their flagship movie as well, and they're using out to just subpar, what is going to be a B-list or C-list Disney movie in a year's time.
Yeah, it makes me respect the likes of Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan that little bit more, because when obviously their Dark Knight trilogy finished, they walked away, and apparently Christian Bale twice turned down large sums of money to come back as Batman, and I respect him for that.
Yeah, don't blame him. Yeah, you can see there. So Little Mermaid's done 499 million worldwide. dogs go mental. It's all right. It's my dog.
Your
So
dogs are
I
not
walked past the house
handy.
with 2 dogs, and my dogs are at the window, so now they're going mental. Yeah, it's not doing it. And you look at the drops as well. The drops each week are huge.
Yeah,
Like
because people are bored of this shit.
Yeah, people have had enough crap. Like there was a really good video going around. They filmed people in I think it was it Korea? The good Korea, not the bad Korea. Is there a good or bad Korea? I'll let you decide. The Korea where people can speak their minds a little bit freely. Yeah, there was a video going around there, and they were asking people like why they haven't gone to see Little Mermaid, because in Asian countries this thing has done practically nothing in the box office.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you would expect, because Asian countries in general don't tend to favor people with black skin generally. It's a little bit of a Rob will know more better than most on this.
There are times when people, yeah.
But
I'm not going to say, like Asian people. I'm not going to say that.
No.
But
I like the way
I've got black friends who I know in Asia, and they've had problems. So.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a very different sort of thing to the West.
But I think it all goes back to saying the Critical Drinker said about these Disney remakes. They may look like them, they may act like them, but underneath they're soulless imitations. They lack the same depth that the originals had. Because, sorry to jump in here, Dave. I'll finish quickly on this.
No, you're fine.
My wife loves the old. My wife is a big fan of the old Disney animated movies, and one of her favorites is Mulan. And she was on about watching it at first, and then when I said to her, "There's no Mushu in it, there's no songs in it," and I also got into other details of what they changed in this movie, and she was disgusted.
They took out the whole reason for watching the movie.
They also took out the romance between Mulan and the general, claiming it was too much of a Me Too-esque situation. It was like, no, it wasn't.
Oh, you like they claim the Little Mermaid song.
Yeah. It's like you folks in Hollywood need to get over that shit, because the rest of us have.
They ain't got a fucking clue. I found the so Little Mermaid is done in total just $5 million in South Korea.
Damn.
Currently. But you look at like some of these countries, like it's shocking. Like you consider, especially countries where you consider it to do a little bit better. Like the UK's only taken 28 million for it. Like that. What
was the production cost?
So the production costs in total were 200 and something million.
I think it was 250 million.
Marketing was all the money. The marketing was where all the money went. And that took like the total cost up to about 500, I think it is. So once you factor in the cut that the theaters and that have to take, the cinemas have to take in order to make their money on the ticket prices, it needs about 700 mil total to make a profit. To break even, sorry. Needs more than that to make a profit. Which they're going to struggle. Full financials. Yeah. Please contact. Now, I'm not going to email you. Put it on the website. Give me your shit for free. But that's just one example. Like Lightyear did terribly as well. They're just not doing good in general.
No, and to be honest with you, I have little sympathy for them. I don't like to see people fail, but we've gotten to that stage now where everyone's just churning out reboots and remakes because you think they're going to sell. And for a while, these these live action remakes they were doing, they pulled in a decent profit. Fair play to them for it. But after a while, even the Lion thing was completely forgettable.
Still did 587.
Yeah, but it's just like no one wants to know anymore. I don't think. I mean, I could be wrong. They could make something that really pulls in the crowd, because allegedly they're remaking Lilo and Stitch and Moana, even though they're
No,
barely.
fucking hell. They are going to wreck Lilo and Stitch. They're going to destroy
Yeah, but
everything.
apparently they are remaking both those, even though they're not even that old, because
It's one
they
of
think
my
the money's
favorite
there.
animated movies of all
Yeah.
time. They are going to fuck it up, and I'm going to cry.
Yeah, I used to do the Stitch voice to my son when he was growing up, because there's a bit where he goes, "Stop it, Hud," and my son always used to laugh at it. But you know, they'll find something. It's just disappointing because this isn't the Disney I grew up with. You know, you'd see a Disney animated movie, you'd know you were in for a good time, because I loved and always loved Robin Williams as the voice of the genie in Aladdin. He was absolutely fantastic in that role, and then they replaced him in the live action remake with Will fucking Smith.
Yeah. But this is what Disney have got coming up. So obviously, Elemental came out 10 days ago. Indiana Jones in July, end of July, they've got Haunted Mansion. That's a remake of a remake.
What?
Because there was a Haunted Mansion before, wasn't there, with Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy, yeah.
And one before that as well. I can't remember.
I don't know.
And then nothing slated for August or October until the Marvels in November.
Have you heard about the test screening for the Marvels?
No.
Yeah, terribly.
Really? Oh well.
Yeah, horribly. Like I believe they're reshooting stuff.
Well,
so was that bad?
You got to remember with the Marvels, two of the main characters in that are from a program on a streaming service which next to nobody watched. Good luck with that.
I like Monica Rambeau. I think the character is good, and I think the actor playing her is good. I think that works. But the story, Wish actually looks alright. I think I've seen a trailer for it. But then apart from that, everything else is next year, and even then, it's like I don't know what Elio is. But
yeah, Disney, but you've also got to remember, Dave, that the writer's strike has pushed these titles back even further.
Yes. But Disney Snow White, whose Snow White is being played by a person of color, that's gonna bomb because it's Snow White.
And the dwarves aren't dwarves.
Inside Out 2. Mufasa.
Rob's laughing. Did you not know about that, Rob?
The dwarves aren't dwarves. You mean like they're like tall people standing on each other's shoulders?
No, they did have dwarf actors to play the parts. But then Peter Dinklage went off on one about the whole thing in a podcast saying, "Have I taught you nothing about stereotyping these things?" Because he got apparently fed up with it. And Disney saw his remarks and they fired all the dwarfs and they're going to play him with something else. And all the actors were proper pissed because they'd lost jobs. And Dinklage was basically accused of burning the ladder that he himself climbed. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's so stupid. If you're is dwarf whatever. I'm calling them dwarfs because that's the name that they keep saying. So if a dwarf isn't allowed to play a dwarf, like you expect him just to play any character? I mean, I'm not being funny. When someone has a particular look, like I'm not gonna play Prince fucking Charming, am I? Like
yes.
It's
Dave, don't be so down on yourself.
Someone has a particular look. They're not like you can't just play any role. Like there are certain ways you need to look to play certain roles. Like,
have you heard the rumor that they're just going to get normal size actors, take their shoes off, and put them on their knees?
For fuck's sake! That's shocking. That's shocking. Oh,
I'd imagine there'll be 10,000 YouTube videos about it when the time comes.
Whatever happened to respecting the character, especially in source material, man? Like, fucking hell! Like, I'm watching Smallville at the moment, and Tom Welling. That's his name.
Yeah.
He's fucking fantastic. Like they got the casting spot on for Clark Kent with him. He looks like Clark Kent. He's got the facial structure. He's got the little dimple, like the eyes, like fucking everything. He's perfect. I sound like I got a crush on the guy, but he is like perfect for the role. So what happened to actually having a role? You make a character, you got a role. Let's go find someone to fit that role. That's what you should do. Not we've got this celebrity actor we want in the role. Let's go grab them and then mold this role around them to fit them into the. No, fuck that shit. Character first, always. Rob is so insulted he's left.
We should really submit our audition tapes to play the dwarf.
You, Justin, you starting on the word dwarf. You scared him off. You know he's afraid of little people.
let's
Okay.
catch up on the chat.
Yeah,
So
it's been a
Goose has
bit.
been saying the Twisted Fairy Tales movie will have a better profit margin than that.
I think so
And,
too.
yes, because it will actually be true live action. We will use
Yeah.
real little pigs and real
When
wolves.
it's fulfilled anyway.
Yeah. We're still waiting for the source material on that one. And yeah, Moana's recent. Like
Yeah.
Eight
It
years
is. Yeah.
this year, I think.
Yeah.
Indeed, Rob was there for the premiere of Snow White. In fact, back in my day, Snow White was white.
Oh God.
That thing. How can you? I'm sorry. The character Snow White. It literally says she like as white as snow. Like what the
Skin as
fuck?
white as snow. Yeah.
Mm.
Why? Like there's this really cool thing actually. I seen a trailer for it. They've done. I think it's a series of like independent stories, like animations, all based on like African folklore and tales. It actually looks really good, and it sounds really interesting because there's actual stories like that make sense rather than just like race swapping or gender swapping or whatever these people. And no, I don't look like a fucking dwarf, just really close up.
Like if you get on the floor and look
No.
up at one.
No, that's racial. That is. I'm not having that. I might have to turn this on a second.
So Rob's back.
Damn you, slow internet.
It's all right, Rob. We stopped talking about the little people now.
Yeah.
Damn you, slow internet. I like it.
Good. So,
you know what? I'm going to restart my router. See you in a minute. Bye-bye.
Okay. I think we should make a bargain stream out of submitting our audition tapes to play the dwarf and the new Snow White.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. It'd be funny, Justin, because if you went down on your knees, put your shoes on there, you'd still be taller than whatever actress they got to play Snow White.
So I couldn't play a dwarf, could I?
Mm.
And not to mention the whole scene of Prince Charming waking her up with a kiss while she's sleeping would be now seen as problematic. I'm like, fuck off. I get so tired of this
when
shit,
she's
man.
asleep. She hasn't given consent.
Yeah.
Where's the consent? They'll get round it. She's got a letter next to her table that she signed that said Prince Charming's allowed to kiss me.
Yeah.
It's like a e-signature. It's on a iPad and collects your data at the same time. We should move on to our next headline while Rob's away, and then he'll come back all confused.
Is it you or me? Because you messed up the order.
You go next, Justin.
So Paramount Plus has become the latest streaming service to remove content from their platforms in exchange for a tax write-off. Some series I've never even heard of, such as Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies, which got shit-canned after one season, Star Trek Prodigy, Queen of the Universe, and The Game have all underperformed, but they're not the only ones. Disney, of course, removed Willow, which I thought was fucking funny, The Mighty Ducks, Game Changers, and The Mysterious Benedict Society. And HBO, of course, I think started all this by removing titles such as Westworld and Raised by Wolves. Stars, which is another streaming service I became aware of the other day, even deleted the Dangerous Liaison series days after the season finale aired. Of course, this is obviously a result of services like Disney losing around 4 million subscribers and their stock taking a nosedive in November of last year. Now, what people don't realise is removing these shows not only goes in for the tax write-off thingy, but it also cuts or just stops residual payments to those involved in said series. Another way of saving money while screwing your actors and crew over in the same time. And to summarize this, a screenwriter named Kyra Jones, she tweeted, I believe this was before the writer's strike was about to kick in. In case y'all are wondering why a WGA strike may be impending, my first residual check for the broadcast show I wrote on was 12 grand. I just got my first residual check for my streaming show, $4.
Oh,
yeah. So there's a bit of a drop. Now, prior to what I said earlier, I don't like mocking people for failing and stuff like that. But I've upstairs we've got Amazon Prime. I've got the Paramount Plus channel because of Yellowstone. We've also got Netflix, and she pays for Disney Plus. And I tell you, well, Next Generation is actually on Netflix, Jan. And I'll tell you what, the amount of shit you've got to wade through on these streaming services to find something worth watching, it can be quite monotonous. And a lot of streaming services seem to be used for people to put their crap on because they know full well they wouldn't be able to get it on a regular TV channel like in the old days. And there is more shit on these things than good. And to be honest with you, I can't say I'm surprised that these streaming services are shit canning a lot of this stuff to get some money back for a tax write-off. Because as we mentioned earlier, that Batgirl movie, I only saw a couple of clips of it, but it looked god awful. I don't have any sympathy for them. I really don't, because a lot of these writers nowadays are crap. And yeah, they're so entitled and narcissistic. So as much as I'm sad people are losing money, losing jobs, there's a little part of me that just doesn't give a toss.
Well, it says right at the end of this article here that so Disney, obviously you mentioned, did the same thing with some series. They actually took $1.5 billion tax write-off for the content they removed. Now, I'm curious to know like what the stipulations are of the removed content. So, for example, if they remove it, is it basically the content is destroyed, vaulted, like you're never allowed to release it again because you've claimed the tax write-off? In that case, it'll never go to physical media or appear on any other streaming site as well, or you can't put it back up for any point. Very curious to know that.
I would be inclined to say it's probably destroyed because obviously what happened with that Batgirl movie, that got destroyed in every form possible, even before the original directors could even log on to get a copy of it. So
apparently Paramount is also expected to remove other content from the platform, but nothing as high profile as those 4 series revealed Friday. It'll begin removal next week. The value of the tax write-off is expected to be revealed during an upcoming earnings call. So we'll be able to learn how much exactly they get for it on all the stuff they take off. But that, for me, this is quite a troubling thing, actually. Like, regardless of whether or not these shows were good or shit, the fact is now, because of streaming, everything is being viewed as content rather than art, rather than cinema. So they're being treated more like disposable products than actual pieces of cinematic history. Like, no matter how good or bad a movie is, it's still been made. It's been, people have watched it. Like, it's there. Like, this is why I encourage physical media all the time, because it means you always have something that you can watch it on. Like, it's really sad that the people that worked on this, even if it turned out to be absolutely fucking bollocks, and no one enjoyed it, no one liked it, it was a rip-off, it was like this whole Grease series annoyed the shit out of me, but I won't go into that.
Greasy shit.
It was still made. People still acted in it. Like, how are people gonna, especially when it comes to moving on to their next job, for example? Like, how's the lighting guy gonna go, well, I worked on this project. Yeah, we didn't see that.
404, not found.
We can't go look at your work now because you've, like, there's nothing to show for it. Like, you say you worked on it. Where's the proof? There's no DVDs, there's no Blu-rays for us to look at. We can't find it online.
But you cannot prove that I didn't work on it.
Yeah. But it's like
reverse psychology there.
With the Willow series, every review I saw of it, it said it's dog shit and to avoid it. And the writer was on strike at the time when he found out when it was going to be taken off the service, and he just said, this is just cruel. And Eric Kane of Forbes wrote an article about it saying, if you want to see how shit this series was, watch it now because it gets taken off tomorrow. And the writer found out about it and quote tweeted and said, fuck you, Forbes. And Eric Kane come back with a quote tweet of his own saying, well, if you don't like it, write a show that's actually decent. And I thought, damn, son.
And the thing is, as well, it's
fight.
like I said, regardless of the shit or not, it's bad on the writers and everyone, but it's down. If something's shit, right? At the end of the day, it's down to the studio. It's down to the people who put money into the project. If you make a shit product because you hired the wrong staff, that is your fault. You hired the wrong people. Like these people that are hired to write, even if they're like complete. I hate the term SJW because I use like it too often now, but and it's lost meaning. But if it is someone like a social justice warrior who just wants to put in loads of messages and not actually worry about what it's like,
which is what happens
that's
now.
down to the studio. It's down to the people that hire these people. They're the ones to blame for anything that comes out this shit. The people who make or in Marvel movies or make the Marvel movies, it's down to the people that hired them. The people that hired them should go, no, that's shit. Rework the script, retake those scenes, whatever, to make a better product. It's down to the studio. So now the studios can just go, we didn't like it, it didn't perform, we'll just delete it from existence. That's it. It's like
I also echo what Dave says about physical media, in that if you want something, you best get a copy to own because of this sort of thing. But also, I should point out, but in some cases, physical media is not immune from this as well. I got this on Blu-ray. It's one of my favorite disaster movies. Go on, Aria.
Dante's Peak.
I did.
Yeah, Dante's Peak. I saw this in the cinema back when I was a teenager, and this is the Blu-ray copy which has been deleted from circulation. The only place you can find physical copies of this movie, I need to say game then, this movie is on eBay and secondhand sellers on Amazon. It was taken off streaming services of Netflix, and you can only rent it in standard definition now, I believe, on Amazon.
Why was it deleted from?
I've no idea. I've not been able to find any reason for it on the internet. I suppose maybe sales.
If you freeze frame, you could see the strings.
They just do that with older movies sometimes. Sometimes they'll just forget they've got something in their catalogue, and then it'll go out of print and they'll forget about it. Occasionally, like what we're seeing at the moment is we are seeing more of it coming on 4K. So potentially at some point we might get a 4K release.
Maybe.
But there is...
But a lot of going back to my original point, I don't feel that sorry for a lot of these services, because a lot of this stuff is written by people that really shouldn't have got jobs writing because they haven't really got the necessary experience to give us something decent. And a lot of this stuff I haven't even heard of. I didn't even know there was a Grease series.
If Hollywood actors had a bit more fire in their bellies and a bit more guts, they would never sign a contract that stipulates their movie is going to end up on a streaming service, because that seems like the easiest way to tank any profits now.
Well, it is, yeah. I mean, Top Gun, when they made that, they were going to put it on Paramount Plus, but Cruise insisted it go in the cinema. It was proving to be right.
Yeah, but who was it who wanted that, and then they went against her wishes and put it straight to streaming? That was like last year or the year before.
Scarlett Johansson, right?
That was it, yeah.
The Black Widow movie, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, they as tools
and
to the, as genitals to the gods are we, they play with us for their sport. Cheers.
She actually sued them for that and got some money for it. Because in her contract it said she was due residuals from box office sales. So obviously it didn't go box office. So she was like, hold up, you just took a load of fucking money. So she sued them, got quite a bit of money for it. But yeah, it's frustrating because there's also this new thing they're doing as well where they're getting actors who work on streaming projects to sign these contracts that state that they can use their likeness in perpetuity. So basically, for example, like with the de-aging, like you saw the Luke Skywalker thing, they're getting actors to sign perpetuity contracts so that in 10, 15 years, they can reuse their likeness.
But surely they need to be recompensed for having their likeness used.
From what I've heard, the contracts are a little bit dodgy because they're getting it to do like the younger, newer actors. So they're obviously they don't have much of a leg to stand on. So they're either like you take the contract or you don't. They're doing all sorts because Hollywood in general is struggling like at the moment. They're doing everything they can to not capitulate, and it's interesting times.
Is the writer strike still going on?
It is, but you don't hear much about it anymore.
No.
There was something with the producers and the Actors Guild, which I think has been sorted now, but the writer strike's still going on because of the stuff they've asked for. Certain things they've asked for just aren't doable. So, yeah, that one's still ongoing, and by the sounds of it, they don't seem like they're in a rush to do anything with it. So I don't know what's going to happen with that.
Yeah.
I mean, if it clears out a load of dead wood, and then new people can get in there and do some stuff, sure, fine.
Yeah, go for it.
But I agree, like, they should be paid more. I'm on them with that, 100%. Writers sometimes don't get paid enough. So we're going a little bit off topic though. We should turn.
Before we move on to our next topic, let's say hello to some new people in the chat. We got Hojo. Good to see you, dude. I feel sorry for the crew, not the ones who pushed a bad idea. Yeah, think about all just the camera guys and the people operating the rigs and all that. They're just day workers, aren't they? That I'm going to get to see day work.
Imagine that, like you've been working, you see your first ever gig, and you're so excited, and then you're getting your family together, like, oh, you're going to see my name at the end.
Yeah, sorry.
Or you get all your family over, and then you find out they're not going to upload it on the stream.
Yeah.
Good to see Mr. Hex Allen too in the chat. Very nice to see you, dude. Okay, so I guess on to our next headline. It's been a while since we have had a CG meetup. And you know what? I've been really, really missing seeing you guys since we last met up in Birmingham. Well, apart from
Even Dave?
Yeah. No, I never met you. I met everyone else in Bristol.
But the Americans have been up to something, and you know what? Their meetups, if I'm honest, they're putting us to shame. So they recently had a meetup at the convention, which I really should have written the name down because I've totally gone blank on it right now. But something Garden Con. Guys in the chat can let us know what this convention was called. But some of the big boys in CG met up recently at this convention, and it looks pretty cool. You can see Graham Nolan, Andy Smith. Later on, we'll see there's Ethan. Pretty much all the big players in CG at this one convention. Yeah, pretty cool, I think. And one thing that struck me about these clips that I'm going to show you today is Hex Allen's there saying Garden State Con. That was the name of the one. It's just, this is a comic book convention, right? Like, we don't see conventions like of this quality in the UK. The most we get are a few Funko Pops and arts and crafts stores. But when was the last time you could just go to a convention and there's a row of artists that you know every single one of, and you want signatures by every single one?
That's when the conventions aren't cancelled, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of which, by the way, I never got my refund.
Oh, me neither.
How about that?
Me neither. There's Dan Frager.
When's this book coming?
Some other clips of the con. There's Billy Tucci with She.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool, I think. Pretty cool. Graham Nolan. And then Dan Frager. So yeah, it looked like one heck of a convention. I would have loved.
Actually, kids there. Kids at a comic book convention.
Yeah.
Like, you don't for some reason, all the ones I ever go to now, they're just full of like cosplayers for anime and stuff, and but no kids that are actually interested in the comic book parts.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. And one thing that everyone was sort of freaking out about over the weekend was Cecil's face reveal. So this is how people usually expect to see him, but turns out he looks a lot more buff and a lot more.
He was bigger than I thought he was going to be. Actually, I'll be honest.
Not Cecil-like than you'd expect him to be. So That is definitely not who I pictured when I thought of
No,
Cecil.
not when I heard his voice. Like that's not the person I pictured at all.
Yeah. And Rob's thinking, who's Cecil?
No, I know the name.
Okay. Okay. And
Why are you tweeting Cosmic Furry?
Cosmic Fairy. Who's Cosmic
Because
Fairy?
there was also a little thing that got kicked up with this because what's the guy's name? Scott Kurtz was on about contacting the studio, not the studio, the hall or whatever it was, to try and get the whole thing cancelled because he could basically, and it led to a number of people saying to him, "Get a life."
Yeah, he's been lifting weights for sure. He's been lifting the weight of the comic book industry on his back. But yeah, this is a cool pick. We can see some familiar faces here, particularly Mr. Dark Gifts.
It would have been a better pick if they had less of a ceiling, but hey.
Yeah, indeed. Awful lot of shine on the heads of these individuals. I'll just point that out.
Hey, man. What's the deal? Don't not shine on people's heads, all right? You'll get that.
I'm blinded!
My eyes! Cecil's face reveal felt the same as when the sting was revealed.
I think it means the Stig, right?
The Stig, yeah.
I had one more to show you. Yeah, so Dark Gift, our friend, I think he's been on the channel before, or we've been on his. He was sharing quite a lot from the day. One of the coolest parts was this, the after party. I think they're all putting us to shame here because our little meetup mostly involved walking around Birmingham for a few hours. This one,
but like, remember on that day we actually went for a convention that didn't happen.
Yeah. We got screwed.
I mean, like, there's not an after party, is there?
No.
There's not an after party for a non-event.
I do think we need to meet up again just to have a piss up and have a good time.
Yeah, and film it and make sure that it's a little bit more debauchery than what is going on in this video. Just to one up the Americans. So good. Guys, we're going to have to do another UK meetup. Someone in the chat start organising that, please. And Goose, I nominate you. You are chairman of the next meetup. And
what was Scott Kurtz's tweet again?
I was going to say, Goose could be spokesperson, except he doesn't speak.
If a comic convention hosts sales tables to people in Comicsgate, is it wrong for me to want to pressure them to kick out these people? Because I really wanna, you sad bastard.
Yeah, so for those who couldn't hear Justin's mumbling, he said, if a comic convention hosts or sells tables to people in Comicsgate, is it wrong for me to pressure them to kick out those people? Because I really wanna, # Garden State Comic Fest.
Tell me what you want, really, really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
Obviously, everyone replied to this and said, yes, you're a dickhead. But, like, what is with this thinking? Seriously.
Yeah, that's just cruel.
I'm sorry, like that. For starters, that's messing with someone else's business.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just because you don't like someone, or you don't like a group of people. And secondly, it's just babyish. If you don't like someone at a con, request to be, and you're there, which this guy wasn't even there anyway.
No, he won't.
Why not just ask to be put further away from them? You don't have to sit right next to them.
Yeah, but he wasn't even at the con, was he? He couldn't fit out the door of his house.
No.
Oh, Justin. Oh.
Sorry. It just brings out the cattiness in me when people do this. It's like, well, there you go. I rest my case. But we're long past this point now. If you don't like something, don't fucking look at it. Don't pay the person attention.
Go back up. Is that what you'd call a huge comic fan?
I can't say it because I don't want to be any more horrible about it. But it's just, it annoys me because this thing's been going on for ages now. If you don't like it, don't look at the person, don't look at their campaign, don't back it, don't read it, don't buy it, whatever you want to frame it as. But this is just childish now. And if they hadn't learnt from the Mark Wade lawsuit, what are they gonna learn from? I mean, it's just dumb.
To be fair, I don't think even Mark Wade learned from that lawsuit, not with your boy Zach fucking bailing on it. But that's.
I don't think he bailed on it. They settled it, didn't they? Because of COVID.
He got a shit ton of money from people to fight that case, and he bailed on that shit. He dropped the case, so yeah. But we won't talk about Zach. He's a different case.
Yeah.
Goose has accepted the challenge. We'll have to do something about that pubs and alcohol statement, though.
Oh yeah,
Goose.
Acceptable. That's not right. That's not right. Well, I definitely think everyone should come to Bristol.
What's to do in Bristol besides get mugged?
There's a load of pubs.
Do you enjoy a good stabbing, Justin? Well, make your
It's been
way
a
down.
while. Yeah, I've gone to Bristol. I haven't been there in years. I remember trying to think. The last time I was there was this massive comic shop in Bristol that I went to, but I can't think of its name now.
Forbidden Planet.
It might be that one, but it was
My
years.
local Excelsior Comics.
So you know what, Dave?
Eric
I'd be down for a
51.
Bristol. I'd be down for a Bristol meetup.
Excelsior!
Well, put your big floppy away.
Yeah, because it would also be nice. Yeah, it would be nice to see the Chubbs again as well, which I'm pretty sure they live in Bristol as well.
Rob, put your chubs away now.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise.
So,
That's such a pleasant logo.
I cut Rob off while he was talking about his chub. But the big news of the week is the Lucent launched. That is tough to say. The Lucent launched.
Red lorry,
And
yellow
it's
lorry,
done.
red lorry, yellow lorry.
Pretty well so far. It's actually done heckin' amazing. Rob, would you like to guess how much the Lucent has made?
Are we going to go for US dollars, Australian dollars, pounds, zogs? What are we doing?
You can guess it in yen. I will.
Yen? Oh, God. Yen, I would say about 450,000 yen.
Okay, well, we'll never know because I'm not going to do the translation. But it's made £32,252 and 81 pence from a total of 375 backers, and it's been live for just a little over a day.
It's got never 2 backers since then. 32,442 now.
What? Chewbacca? What?
Oh, geez, it's gone up loads. Guys, it's the bargain bin boost. Start tweeting.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's really good. Literally, it's been up for 24 plus 27 and a half hours. 27 and a half hours. It's done that much. I need to check though with Bancroft because it's the same amount in dollars as it is in pounds. So I don't think the conversion is right. Like
No,
I think that's the dollar amount is the 32,442. So that's in dollars. So it's still about 30, just under 30 grand UK.
I just love that Goose. Have you seen what Goose has just asked?
How much is that in sheep?
yeah, Aria. How much is that in sheep?
Half a flock.
Well, it depends on the quality, the taste, the smell, and
The taste.
Do they make a good cuddler or not?
Do you floss after every meal?
Yeah. Get the flock out of here.
Yeah. I met the new streamer from Wales called Ryan, and I think I may have scared him away the very first week I met him by too many sheep jokes. So.
One or two. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock flock.
I've just seen
Hello,
Goose's other.
ice cream.
Hello, ice cream.
How the fuck are you doing?
I've just seen Goose's other tweet about Dave and not wanting to leave Bristol. So
There are no tags on my I have no tags.
A cankle tag.
No, fuck you.
oh my god.
Yeah, so the Lucent has done pretty brilliantly, and one of the amazing things is that you'll notice no Indiegogo logos here or no Kickstarter logos. This is a site entirely dedicated to the Lucent.
Oh, good! Wow.
Which is it's looking pretty good, right? Maybe there's some bugs in that, like the number is not translated accurately there, but it seems pretty good. It seems like everyone's getting the products they want. He's got everything on display here, which in a format that I think is better than what Indiegogo is offering or any other crowdfunder.
Yeah.
And you know what? It looks good. Nice artwork. Great imagery, great colors, everything, and some pretty unique ones. He's a big fan of his puzzles, so we've got a bunch of puzzles right at the bottom of the page. And yeah, the thing's looking good. Guys in the chat, let me know if you back this. I know for a fact that Mr. David Feed did, because he was something crazy like back in number 2 or 3. So, which you would have seen if anyone's watched the live stream. But
I definitely will be backing this because, as well, if you haven't got the first book, which I haven't yet, you can get the first book, which is 60 pages, plus the second book, which is 100 pages, and shipping from Australia for 50 quid. That is a bargain in the crowdfunding world, because normally you pay 25 shipping from America, and the book is like 20 pages, and you have to pay 25 for it. So it's an absolute bargain in that regard.
And that really cuts into your sheep budget. But
how much does sheep go for these days?
Don't come sheep.
I know legs of lamb are expensive. It's like 14.
Yeah, fucking tell me about.
But this is a good looking book, and a total not what you would picture theme coming from the CG crowd. So I think very unique. It's obviously captured a good audience because it's done bloody well. So congratulations, Mr. Bancroft.
I do love that cover as well, the second one. That looks absolutely beautiful. Where she's falling upwards. It's like, wow.
Yeah, that is trippy. That's got to be difficult to draw.
Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah, fair play, dude. So, if you want to get your hands on it, he's advertising the bundle there, which I assume is his like signature tier, where you'd get Paint to Death Book 2, Paint to Death soft cover, Paint to Death Book 2 hardcover, Waking Dream Book 1 hardcover, and any stretch goal items. So you get 3 books for, you're saying £77 there. Is that accurate, or is that supposed to be dollars?
No, I think that's correct.
Okay. That's Zog Sterling.
Zog Sterling.
Yeah, you should have seen him trying to stick his Huion graphics tablet to the ceiling. But
I wondered what you were going to say.
Yeah.
I don't know how much a sheep costs, but there was a point when Lego goats cost more than real goats.
I can fucking believe that.
I don't know how Goose would find that out, but okay.
He's a farmer and a Lego enthusiast.
He's a man of mystery, that Gustav.
I'm more curious as to how he managed to milk.
Lick your sheep now. Sorry.
He's a Wurzel, he is. Fucking Wurzel.
We believe ring on a combine harvester.
Yeah.
So, everyone in the chat should go and back the Lucent Comic and support a Australian friend of the channel. So, I've got a few more to show you. We'll go through them kind of quickish because the Lucent really is the star of today's show. But there's been some other books that are doing really well lately in the crowdfunder scene. We've got Writhe and Pain, which is making a bit of a splash. Everyone's saying this is one of the coolest looking books they've seen in a long time.
Wow,
And
that's nice. That is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
Oh,
have
I
to
love
agree.
that.
Have to agree. In line with the sort of like pit craze that everyone's been on, it's definitely giving me those sort of vibes, which is
Yeah.
why I like it.
Cool.
Looking very good, and it's doing well on Indiegogo and on Fund My Comics. So I suggest that if you're watching, go and back it, support it on your favorite platform. There's two more I want to draw attention to quickly, which is some second chance campaigns. So we've got Mary Boys, the second chance campaign, which is on Fund My Comic, and I'll post the link in the live chat. You should go check it out. And Sport Chubb and Mrs. Chubb, they're doing a very nice job with this book. I think we've all received this, right?
Yeah. It's a great book.
This is an excellent book. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the art and the storyline and the art. It's so I don't know how to describe it. Grotesque. I feel like grotesque art, humorous art. This is excellent.
Yeah. I love the stories they come up with. This. I mean, my favourite is when they go to the comic book convention. I won't spoil it for anyone that hasn't read it, but Carl nailed that one on the head.
Yeah, agreed. Go check out Mary Boys. It's on Fund My Comic. It's your second chance. Go support Chubb. One more before we end this segment of the show, which is another second chance campaign. It's Perfect 10 by our friend Dave Brink, which, bloody hell, that is a number that you'd be happy to get on a first chance campaign.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
second chance. He's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Some pretty fantastic art. We're going to move on to Sexy Babes in Comics in a minute. I mean, look no further than Perfect 10. It's all right here. Rob's eyes just popped out his
Rob's
skull.
just taking his glasses off there.
There we go. Go check out Perfect 10. It's on Fund My Comic. Rob, that was a terrifying visual. I'm gonna go to sleep tonight.
You know, I totally love the Vic Reeves version of, you know, like.
I don't know, Rob, but I'll just
Dave.
Put your floppy away, mate. Put it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to recover this because it's getting all tatty. I have to make a big pink one.
Again, we don't have another overlay.
No, I got it.
Just stop at number 23.
Yeah.
But how did we come up with this theme?
It was your idea.
It was not my idea.
Because it's something like National Beautiful Women Day or something.
Oh yeah, that crap.
Okay. So,
or month or something.
We heard beautiful women and we just ran with it. So today, we're talking about the most beautiful women in comics. Now, we're not talking like Heather Antos and the real women. unless one of us has picked an absolute wild card in the mix.
I don't think I have.
We're about to find out because you're up first, Justin. So I've got all our picks here. Each of us, we're going to tell you a little bit about our top three most beautiful women in comics. Justin, you're up.
Danger Girl. I remember when this came out. I believe it was in the late 90s, early 2000s. J. Scott Campbell, when he was drawing interiors as well as exteriors. Sexy women spies. And the reception to it was that intense. Wizard magazine, when it was still going, actually reported that there had been fans writing in actually begging Campbell to draw nude, which of course never happened. I know, I can see your face, Dave, but Campbell's artwork is fantastic, and it's a damn shame that he doesn't do regular comic work anymore, just covers. But Danger Girl was also a trademark problem. Example of a problem with independent comics, and that it was scarcely out on time. And Yeah, you're right there, dude. And as a result, I think just about every issue of Danger Girl had variant covers in stupid numbers. But yeah, fair play to Campbell. He drew in a good reception, and the story was pretty exciting. But he couldn't keep it on schedule to save his life, and that was the crying shame of this thing. But the artwork was fantastic, especially the artwork for the first collector's edition.
Yeah, indeed. And he if he never drew nude, he got pretty close to it.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
So excellent. That's Danger Girl. Justin's next pick is
Fathom. Yeah, I've got a comic of Fathom I can show off here because I love Michael Turner's artwork, and I got this at a convention. This is a hollow foil variant.
Wow.
Yeah, of issue 9 of Fathom, which is the conclusion, I believe, of the first main story. Yeah. And you see that it looks beautiful in the light. And it's also a crying shame because Michael Turner died of bone cancer, which is a bloody shame because we lost one of our greatest artists at the time because he started off with Witchblade, I believe, and then did Fathom, which was his own, to create our own comic. And I had the first series, and it was fantastic. And yes, we even had the swimsuit specials at the time. And I think, funny enough, I've even got one of the last things Michael Turner did. So I can get it in a minute if you want. It's a slabbed Fathom swimsuit special signed by him a year before he passed. And that was also, I got it in the convention. It was, it's a funny story. It was 85 quid at this guy's store. And I had my daughter with me. She was a lot younger at the time. And she saw it. She went, "You going to buy it, Daddy?" And I went, "I don't know at that price." And as I'm talking, the vendor comes right in front of me. And he says, "I can do that for 65, mate." And I thought, I'm still not paying that for it. And I said, "Sorry, I've still got to go around a bit and sort this one out," using my daughter as an example. And I said, not example, excuse, sorry. And I said, "I'll come back at the end and see what's what." And he said, "No problem." And it got to the end, and I got 65 quid left. I thought, no, I want to pay for something to it, and I ain't paying that for it. So I walked up to him and said, "Look, mate, I'm sorry, but I've only got 45 quid left, and I don't want to con you out of it." And he went, "That's okay, I'll take that." And I was like, okay. So I took it and gave him the cash and quickly walked out before he could change his mind. And as I'm walking out, my daughter went at me. And I said, "What?" She says, "How did you do that?" And I said, "The thing with these slabbed comics is they're fucking expensive. And very rarely people can get what they want from them, let alone sell them at a damn convention. So if a guy can take any kind of decent money for them, he will. I'll get it in a minute. I'll go off camera and do it." But yeah, Michael Turner, great artist. And Fathom, I loved his artwork. And may he rest in peace because it was a hell of a loss for the comic book industry.
Probably a different Michael Turner to what Goose is on about there.
Yeah, I think so, Goose.
Indeed. Shame. I didn't know Michael Turner had passed away, but that is
bone cancer.
That is a shame. Anyway.
Rags, of which, of course, I have the issue here.
Oh, that was a good choice.
It was, yeah. Excuse me where my fingers are. I've just got to change that quickly. I love the humor on this was what made it funny because it's not, well, the nudity is gratuitous, but it's comedic as well. And I get a good laugh out of a woman with a machine gun and a bikini running around in the zombie apocalypse. And it is played for good laughs in some of the issues, especially when she lands in front of a bunch of rednecks completely naked. "Can I get a fucking shirt, please?" Yeah, it was one of those. I think it's only available through Indiegogo or something like that. But I found the issues online in eBay. But yeah, I always admired the sense of humor, and the artwork is fantastic as well. And of course, the face of Rags is Liz Finnegan, who is a known Twitter personality, who I've spoken to in the past. Yeah, she is. Yeah, which she was quite happy to do as well. So yeah, there you go. Those are my choices.
Wow. So I was going to say, is that another character based on a wife, but obviously
no.
It's my turn next, and 10 points for whoever guesses the theme.
Oh God! Oh, you're going to show me furry shit, aren't you?
No. So first up is Polaris, the daughter of Magneto. I don't know what it is about Polaris, but she's got
green
it.
hair.
Whatever it is, whatever it is,
Green.
indeed.
What it is.
Probably something to do with the hair, I think. And some might say she's got a magnetic personality. No one gets that because no one knows what her powers is. Oh, Justin's got something to show us.
There you go. That's the swimsuit special signed by him just there. And it's a 9.8. And yeah, it was signed, let's see, in December, no, hang on, August 07. So it was a year before he passed away. And of course, as you see, swimsuit spectacular, which you don't see anymore. And yeah, there's his signature right there, folks.
I'll give you 35 for it.
Bollocks. Michael Turner, rest in peace.
Third hand now, I'll give you 25.
Fuck you as well.
Oh, I just heard Rob pop back in the chat. Oh, in the room. There we go. He'll be with us in a quarter of an hour, maybe.
Thing stops going around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Polaris, the daughter of Magneto, she's been in the some recent X-Men live action shows and stuff. So yeah, there's that one. I think you're gonna get the theme now. Next one's the Savage She Dragon. So
you scared Rob off.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Rob's like, Mohawks on a lady? No way. But yeah, I like the Savage She Dragon. She's pretty cool. She's a bit crazy.
She's got a brush head on her hair.
Yeah. She's Larson's parody of the sensational She-Hulk. And pretty cool, I think. You back, Rob?
Let's see how long for.
So she has difficulty keeping a shirt on. It often ends up tattered, like you see on the image in front of you. But she's a cool character, a bit of a psychopath, bit crazy. If you've watched the Savage Dragon cartoon, you'll know she's a bit of a stan herself for the. Anyway,
I can guess what your last one is.
Oh, could it be anyone else other than?
Of course,
Jennifer Walters, the sensational
version of She-Hulk.
Right, you would love it if she could just pick you up and carry you like in her arms, like to the bed.
I'd fall asleep like a baby in her arms, and
you'd wake up something else.
Yeah, a big gaping asshole. That's what he'd wake up with. How'd your cousin get in there? Oh.
Well, I wasn't going to go there, Dave, but you're not wrong.
She's been taking lessons from Shang-Chi, the Iron Fist.
Oh.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
That was Arya.
He's a real stand-up guy because he can't sit down.
He's walking bow-legged now.
I think it's Dave up next. So we're going to find out what Dave likes in a comic book.
Yep, good choice, Dave.
I mean,
Dave wins.
Like, you're going to have a list. It's going to have Mary Jane on it. It's got to. She is the quintessential girl next door.
Yeah, she is.
She is everything you could want and more. She's beautiful. She's sexy. She's red-headed. She's got fantastic personality. Maybe not in the more recent comics, but in the old one she did.
Yeah.
The way she calls Peter Tiger as well, man. She called me Tiger. I'll be a slave to that girl.
And I should also commend you for picking a cover with J. Scott Campbell artwork on it.
Yes. Yeah. It had to be this cover.
Absolutely.
There's been 3 J. Scott Campbell so far. Yeah. The Polaris one as well.
He draws good girls.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to fall off that sofa like that. Yeah. Easy, Tiger.
And Dave will be there to pick her up, I'm sure.
I will. Oh, what's the matter? You fell over. Oh, come here. It's fine.
Dave wishes he was the sofa.
Oh, yeah.
And next up.
Nicely stuffed.
Black Widow.
Yeah. Good choice.
She's a sexy spy. Sexy Soviet spy.
That's
like... you don't need any more than that. Like, she'll seduce you to get your secrets, and then she'll kill you afterwards, like a Black Widow. Hence the name.
Yeah.
She gets what she wants from you, and then she kills you. And I mean, that's a happy death.
Yeah, it is. I actually, when I was sifting through my comic collection to find that Fathom comic, I actually realised I've still got the first appearance of the blonde Black Widow comic. Yeah, and I checked online how much it's worth, and it's about £100.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm quite
I'll give you
pleased with myself
25
for
for it.
Fuck off.
15.
Fuck off.
Death by Snoo Snoo. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell her everything, and then yeah, there'll be no secrets kept.
And next up, which one are you picking?
Wow. This was it. I was stuck. So you've either got Jean Grey or you got Emma Frost, and I'm like, why not both?
It's Jean Grey all the way,
mate. Like Jean Grey, I never redhead. I've got a thing for redheads, like fucking stunning. But then Emma Frost got that authority. Like she's hot, she's blonde, she's tall, like, and then she'll walk over you with her high heels, mate. She would. You'd be licking her at the bottom of her high heels. You'd be like, "Yes, mummy, sorry."
You can't keep
Jean Grey. But the problem with Jean Grey now is that she'll get in your head and turn you gay, like she did with Iceman when she's done with you. So, like, it's a choice, isn't it? It's a choice.
But gay is not a choice.
Both.
The voice was though, Rob.
Gay is not gay. Aled is not gay. Gay Aled is not gay. I am the only gay in the village.
But yeah, so I couldn't pick between the two, so I've snuck an extra one in there.
Yeah, why not?
That's
and I thought that was a nice cover anyway. So
I like your style, Dave. I like your style indeed. I've only got 2 for Rob so far, so
it evens out. It evens out.
Yeah.
You know it, baby. Halo Jones, especially when she was working on the liner as like a kind of a bunny girl kind of server waitress.
She got curves on that one, mine, don't she?
The Gibson curves. Oh yeah, indeedy. But you know, like I've mentioned Halo Jones so many times. I'm sure you're all like bored of it. Bored, I tell ya. But still, that's a great cover, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've never seen Halo Jones in color. Is she supposed to be?
You're all breaking up again. Verdammt nochmal. Say it again.
What color is Halo Jones supposed to be? Because that covers, I can't quite tell.
Nah, I'm out. I can't hear a thing. All I can hear is like distortion.
Doesn't matter. Anyway, Rob, tell us about your next one.
Well, I don't know if you can hear me okay, but all I'm hearing from you guys is just like Dalek distortion, yeah?
Oh, no. What? Can you tell us about your next one, Rob? And please tell me it's the woman and not the fucking buck tooth thing in it.
Alright.
Alright, you can't hear us for shit.
Okay. So, when you sent me this, you sent me a link to start with to... Actually, I'll just show you because you put it in the private chat. I'll show you the link that he sent me, and you can decide which character he meant. This is what he sent me. Personally, I think he meant this one.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, and Rob can't explain it, so we're going to presume that he's got the hots for lollipop ladies.
Yeah.
So Rob really, really liked his local lollipop lady.
Yeah.
Wonder where that stick went.
This feels wrong that we're doing this, but you know.
Yeah. I assume this is a character from Cheeky Weekly, which is Rob's #1 mentioned comic series on the show. And maybe she's got something to do with lollipops. I don't know, though. Doesn't seem to be in any high-vis or anything. So we'll leave that there. Rob can rescue us if he ever comes back.
Yeah. So what are yours, Aria?
So what were mine? Did you miss all the green
We
ladies?
went through it. Oh,
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry, I've
He
had
picked-
2 beers. I've had 2 beers today. I'm starting to fade. I beg your pardon.
he picked Polaris. He picked Savage She-Dragon.
And She-Hulk. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So, guys in the chat or anyone watching this on playback, let us know who are your top picks for sexiest or hottest female characters in comic books. And
but you're not allowed to put me.
that's the stream. Send us pics, bonus points for anyone who photoshops Justin's face onto the Good. We're probably going to end before Rob manages to sort his Wi-Fi out. And I almost said wife then. Sort his Wi-Fi.
No, I'm joking.
No,
that was a fun stream. So people in the chat, whoever's left at the moment, make sure if you haven't already, hit the like button on the stream, all right? Subscribe to the channel, all right? Because we need to grow the channel so we get more and more people. You all forgot Poison Ivy. No, we didn't. I just don't want to get a rash.
She was on my green list, but
just
make the cut.
No rash. And to be fair, since Uma Thurman played her in Batman and Robin, I mean, there ain't no other version I want now. It made me lose my train of thought. Yeah, subscribe, and leave a comment under the stream, guys, with your favorite sexiest characters, male or female. Don't matter which way you swing, you can put them down. Everyone can appreciate beauty no matter what. That's why everyone loves me.
Indeed. Dave is the most beautiful on this stream. And on that note, we'll say goodnight. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Well,
I would if you clicked the fucking button. That was a good outro. It's too late now.
Yeah, nice one.
Bye.
Bargain bin, let's see what crowd is in. Baba Dave and his hair. He's old man, but please don't stare. Alright, he's on the bargain bin. Now this just in, it's just in. Our new guy here just snuck in. He takes a joke, he just don't care. He's a regular gummy bear. New boy, here on the bargain bin. Bonus section, it's area black. For the furries, he's got your back. Along with Neve, that rhymes with Steve. Can she weave? She'll knit you a sleeve. Whoa, they're on the bargain bin. It's on Monday night. If you're lucky, it's on time. It's a pile of shite, but to miss it is a crime. Just out the gate, it's Rob GP. He's not a dog, but he'll make you pee. Up for a laugh, he'll laugh at oat. If he falls flat, he'll get his coat. Whoa, we are the bargain bin. You hear the bargain bin, huh?